Good day everyone, welcome to PHENOMSOUND, and I am super excited to announce that I've just released my first ever sample pack. It's a pure drum sample pack with lots of useful full drum loops, lots of stompy kicks, punchy snares, and other stuff that might help you with your drum and bass production. So make sure to find a couple of minutes to check the demo, the link is below. And in today's video, I want to break down a drop from this demo. It's kind of MEFJUS or VICI type of stabby drop, and it sounds like this. This complete FL Studio project, all of the serum presets and samples from it are available on my Patreon page, as well as all of the content from my previous tutorials, so make sure to join it. It's a great way to support PHENOMSOUND. If you're looking for some modern, fresh sounding drum and bass, drum samples and loops, you are very welcome to check my new sample pack called Drum Architect. 150 sick drum loops and samples are waiting for you, so check the demo, the link is below. And if you are looking for some carefully crafted drum and bass serum presets, the Annihilation Serum Preset Pack is also waiting for you. It's all available on my Patreon page. You can find all of the links below. Okay, let's get to business. If you're familiar with my music, you probably know that I'm using lots of samples from Warcraft 3 game. I really love this game and love the music, so I've used some little pieces in this demo as well. Like this. I think it works pretty well with my first bass step over here. The tonality matches just perfectly. All the drum samples from this demo are from the Drum Architect sample pack, so if you're digging it, I bet you will like the whole sample pack, so make sure to check it out. I have this common MEFJUS type of drum pattern with one kick missing and only one kick on each bar. And I have this ride and synthetic kind of a hi-hat made in serum. I have this nice crispy sound, kind of percussive one, and it's also from my sample pack. I like layering it to my kicks or my snares. It makes a nice difference because when you make this sample very wide and your kick is set to mono, you can make your kick sound like more stereo altogether. And it's working pretty well for me. In this particular demo, I set it to mono to make my basses more stand out more in the mix. I've layered another crisp to my snare. Okay, the drum pattern is pretty simple. Here is a kind of fixed noise from the Drum Architect. I prefer to sidechain it. some acoustic snare steps up, layered on top of this break. Then I'm switching the drums completely. To a bit more aggressive snare. And adding a top loop from this sample pack, some shakers. There is no post-processing on my drums. And let's take a look at the basses, the most interesting part of this drop. There's lots of stuff going on, and let's have a breakdown one by one what I'm using here. And the most important part of this drop is the sub-bass layer. And it sounds like this. I have quite big offset. I could have put my notes like this. But to make it more groovy and to avoid the effect of this sidechain of this bass, to keep it like whole, keeping its attack, I'm shifting it to the right a bit. You can definitely hear that there is an audible delay between the kick and the bass. And you might think that it's the sidechain effect, but in fact it's not being sidechain. So the sidechain is affecting the sound over here, and our bass starts right after it. So we can definitely hear the whole bass, and that's cool. You can hear that this bass is already kinda like the sidechain is beaten off quite a massive part of this bass, and we don't want that. Nice. So right after this sub-bass layer, we want to add some more information right above our sub-bass. So here I have quite similar stabby bass, but I have a bandpass equalizer which cuts everything below 1800 Hz and everything above 6K, creating this kind of gap of information that sounds like this. With some high end, and let's check it out together. Quite interesting, already sounds much fuller to me. And we are, quite important stuff, we are passing both these sounds through one mutual insert. With the same post-processing, we are compressing these sounds together, saturating them with some small distortion, and they are kind of mixing, blending all together with this compressor and saturator. So this is very important to have a mutual insert that is processing our sounds together, kind of gluing those. Nice. It has the same kind of a offset, and then we have a high frequency layer with some noise. This is really important. Once again, solo it sounds kind of harsh and not too pleasant, but it's also routed to the same insert number 20, and altogether it sounds just perfect. So if we disable one of those layers, you can definitely hear that all of those are super important and each one is crucial to fill the space of this mix. And one final layer that is kinda considered as a bass part is this one. It sounds kind of weird on its own, but it has its own purpose. You can hear this delay. I have set it to 1/4 triplets and 1/4 on the right channel. So it's kind of adding some stereo movement, but also it adds additional groove to the bass. I don't know if I'm the only one, but for me, Serum, for some reason, is loading from the first time. It's loading super small, but as I reopen it, it's in the right scale. So let me know if there's a way to fix this problem. But yeah. The post-processing of this sound is looking like this. I've compressed it. Added Serum to overdrive. To kind of saturate the sound. Cutting the low frequencies. Saturating it once again. Then I'm adding Soothe to unsharpen the high end of the sound. Adding some stereo imager to make everything above 3K dead mono. Because when this high-end information is super wide, it's getting really annoying and sharp, and check the difference. Now it's much more calm and more pleasant. In the mix overall, it will be really audible. And finally, I have another EQ to cut this 240 Hz mod. And let's check how it affects the whole bass. So it's a nice groovy additional to our rhythm, while the main bass is stabbing like This one has a triplet delay on it, and it adds like this kind of rhythm, and I really love it. Like this. There is also a first step of the drop. Some super tonal lead and very harmonic lead called Bass Portal from my Annihilation stack. There are tons of this kind of interesting leads and basses, so go ahead and check my Annihilation preset pack. It's just crazy. It's working on Serum 1 and Serum 2, so you won't be disappointed. Lots of cool presets in there. Classic Chris bass. The bass itself sounds very complete, but it's still, the whole mix is still lacking some frequencies, and I decided to put some vocal chops. I really love this trick. Super wide. Strict. Something like this, very high pitched. Of course, it's the ring modulation effect. Harmonizer using Harmony Engine, making it really wide. Then adding some ring modulator. Some EQ, saturator. Some stereo automations using Haas. It's a free kilohertz audio plugin, really cool one, to make things really wide with this automation. Some final EQ with some sharpness reduction. And some high frequency with reduction using isotope ozone imager. And now let's compare the difference. Because of the compression on my sidechain channel, you can hear that this vocal chop sample is kind of drowning in the bass, but sometimes when there are some frequency gaps, this vocal sample, it's starting to be audible, and it really kind of is filling the space just fine, and I'm totally okay with this drowning stuff if it's popping up just in the right place and in the right moment. So yeah, I have an OTT compressor on my sidechain channel. Let's see what it does. It does quite a lot. Without it, it sounds very plain, very solid, while with it, it sounds totally different. It sounds much, much better. I have set the downwards compression at 20%, high frequency compression at, let me see, minus 7.5 decibel, mids at minus 3 decibel, and low frequencies at minus 6.7 decibel. And there is a maximizer, which is basically just a limiter. Sub-bass post-processing is very simple. Just an OTT compressor, saturator, and some EQs. Mud reduction, and some automation. And of course, I'm sidechaining this vocal sample, as well as all of the basses and other layers. I want to talk about mastering, because I have quite a unusual for me, for my production workflow, set of plugins on my master channel, and let's see how it would sound with a basic limiter that I'm using all the time. Sounds kinda dry, and I decided to add some harmonies using the Adapter Hype plugin with this harmonics feature that I really like about this plugin. I decided to boost up some mid-frequency harmonics using the Drive preset with the Hype set all the way up, as well as all of these sliders. So let's check the difference. It totally changes the color of the bass. It's changing the accent. The mids now are much more pumping. While now the accent is shifted to the low frequencies, and now we are moving it a bit closer to the low mids. Then I'm saturating it all the way up, no clipping. And there still is some high frequency sharp resonances that we want to remove, and I decided to use Soothe on my master channel. Yeah, that's quite unusual, but if it's making my sound better and it's working fine, why not? That's the approach. So I'm unsharpening this range over here using the soft algorithm with the depth set at 7.3. And we can definitely see that it's removing quite a lot of sharp resonances. And I've set the threshold on my maximizer to 6 to make it louder. While on the default settings it sounds a bit cleaner and a bit more polished, but the overall volume of the mix is not too good. I'm monitoring it using the Insight from Isotope. -3, -2.5 for this intensive kind of drop sounds perfect to me and looks perfect to me, with the low frequencies pumping almost to the ceiling, and that's perfect. Some of you guys been asking me how I sidechain. Well, I'm just routing my instrument to the sidechain channel, which in my case is number 10. I'm always using the 10th insert for sidechaining. Let's name it sidechain. And I'm creating the automation clip for it, drawing this kind of curve and just putting it everywhere where I want to trigger my sidechain effect on my kick and my snare. For different kinds of drops, I'm using different length of this sidechain effect. And for this one, it's kinda big. But you can play with it. You can easily destroy the whole groove of the drop by too big or too short sidechain, so play around with it to find the sweet spot. Let's map how to make this kind of a drop. You make some groovy drum pattern, you're adding some sub bass, you're adding some mid-frequency layer to it, adding some noise to it, and filling the rest of the space that you're feeling that it's lacking. And there you go, you have a groovy, high-techy, interesting drop that you could potentially finish into a nice groovy track. Hope some of the knowledge that I've showed you today will be useful to you. And if you do like this video, hit like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to PHENOMSOUND to stay tuned for more tutorials. There's plenty of those to come, so don't miss out. Also, if you're looking for some modern sounding fresh drum samples, make sure to check the Drum Architect sample pack, and if you're into serum presets, go and check the Annihilation serum preset pack. All this stuff is available on my Patreon shop, so you can easily find the link below and just browse through my Patreon. The ultimate way to support PHENOMSOUND is to join my Patreon page and to follow my Instagram. I would be really happy to see you there. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!